What if you were already a billionaire, but that was just the beginning? For a select few in America, their current 9, 10, or even 11-figure net worth is just a shadow of the dynastic fortunes they're in line to inherit. This isn't about old world kings and queens. This is the story of America's unofficial royalty, the heirs and heiresses to colossal fortunes built on candy bars, department stores, and vast industrial empires. They are the sons, daughters, and grandchildren of the titans who defined American capitalism, born into a world of truly unimaginable wealth. Today, we're looking at the richest heirs in the country and the almost unbelievable fortunes that still await them. We'll journey into the vaults of dynasties like the Trumps, Waltons, and Kochs, comparing their current, already staggering net worth to the inheritances they stand to gain. This is a tour through the lives of the 10 wealthiest heirs in America, a countdown of fortunes so large they can reshape industries, influence politics, and redefine the very meaning of rich. Imagine a bank account that refills itself with hundreds of millions of dollars every single year just from dividends. Picture an inheritance so vast that your current billion-dollar status is merely a footnote in your family's ledger. This is reality for the people on our list. From quiet philanthropists to political power players, these heirs navigate a world where $1 billion is just a starting point. We're counting down from 10 to 1, and as we get closer to the top, the numbers become so astronomical they barely seem real. Stay with us as we reveal who holds the crown as America's richest heir. The answer will almost certainly surprise you. Number 10. Ronald Lauder. Coming in at number 10 is a man who embodies the intersection of dynastic wealth, global politics, and high art, Ronald Lauder. As the younger son of cosmetics titan Estee Lauder, Ronald was born into a world of glamour and business savvy. The Estee Lauder companies, founded by his parents in 1946, grew from a tiny operation selling 4 skincare products into a global behemoth that now owns brands like MAC, Clinique, and Aveda. This empire of beauty became the foundation of a multi-generational fortune. While his older brother, Leonard, ran the family business, Ronald forged a more eclectic and public path. His personal net worth is estimated to be around $4.7 billion as of 2025, a testament to his inheritance and own ventures. But what makes Ronald Lauder's story so compelling isn't just the scale of his wealth, but how he's chosen to wield it. Instead of a corporate boardroom, Lauder dove into international diplomacy. Under President Ronald Reagan in the 1980s, he served as a Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense and later as the U.S. Ambassador to Austria. That role in Vienna ignited a lifelong passion for German and Austrian art, leading him to become one of the world's most significant art collectors. In 1989, he made a bold, though unsuccessful, run for mayor of New York City, losing the Republican primary to Rudy Giuliani. However, his most famous pursuit has been his art collection. Lauder is renowned for his world-class assembly of early 20th century German and Austrian art. In a move that made headlines across the art world in 2006, he purchased Gustav Klimt's magnificent Portrait of Adele Bloch-Bauer for a reported $135 million, at the time, the highest price ever paid for a painting. He didn't lock this masterpiece away. He made it the crown jewel of the Neue Galerie, a Manhattan museum he co-founded, ensuring the public could share in its splendor. He is also a fierce advocate for the restitution of art looted by the Nazis, a cause he has championed for decades. Beyond art and politics, Lauder has been a major figure in global Jewish advocacy, serving as president of the World Jewish Congress since 2007. A longtime Republican donor, he has also been a notable supporter of Donald Trump. Ronald Lauder is a modern-day Medici, an heir who has used his inherited billions not just for luxury, but to shape cultural landscapes and political conversations on a global scale. He's a walking institution, proving that for some heirs, a family fortune is a launch pad for a life of extraordinary influence. Number 9. James Cox Chambers. Our number 9 entry is perhaps the most enigmatic heir on our list, James Cox Chambers. With a net worth estimated around $6 billion, he is a man of immense wealth who has actively chosen to live his life almost entirely outside the corporate world that generated it. Chambers is an heir to the Cox Enterprises dynasty, a sprawling private empire of media, communications, and automotive services. The story begins with his grandfather, James M. Cox, a newspaper publisher who founded the company in 1898. Over the next century, Cox Enterprises grew into a communications titan. Today, its portfolio includes Cox Communications, one of the largest cable providers in the U.S., and Cox Automotive, a force in the car industry with brands like AutoTrader and Kelley Blue Book. Ownership remains firmly in the hands of the Cox family. In 2015, his mother, Anne Cox Chambers, distributed her nearly 49% stake in the company among her 3 children, James, Catherine Rayner, and Margaretta Taylor. This single act instantly made James Cox Chambers a multi-billionaire, granting him an approximate 16% ownership of the colossal family business. Yet, unlike many heirs, Chambers has never held a formal position at Cox Enterprises. His interests lie far from quarterly reports and shareholder meetings. He has dedicated his life to an eclectic mix of passions: filmmaking, biodynamic farming, and renewable energy. He's a graduate of Bard College, an institution he continues to support as a trustee. His life is one of quiet, artistic pursuits. He resides in Palisades, New York, and is known more in the worlds of sustainable agriculture and independent film than on Wall Street. While a brief acting appearance in the 1984 film Alphabet City is cited in some biographies, it remains a hard-to-verify footnote in a life lived away from the spotlight. This desire for privacy has been dramatically contrasted by his own son, James Fergie Chambers. In recent years, Fergie has become a highly visible and controversial activist, known for his radical anti-capitalist views. He has vocally criticized his family's wealth, particularly after a Cox-linked foundation was tied to funding the controversial Atlanta Public Safety Training Center, dubbed Cop City, by protesters. In a striking move, Fergie announced he had negotiated a buyout of his inherited stake, trading his shares to fund his activist projects. This generational clash makes James Cox Chambers' story all the more fascinating. He is a silent billionaire who chose a path of art and agriculture, only to see his son publicly reject the very system that created their wealth. Number 8. Lucas Walton. At number 8, we have the youngest heir on our list, a man who became a billionaire before he was old enough to drink, and now controls an almost incomprehensible fortune, Lucas Walton. As the grandson of Walmart founder Sam Walton, Lucas represents the 3rd generation of America's wealthiest family. With a personal net worth estimated between $39 billion and $41.5 billion as of 2025, he is one of the richest people on the planet. Lucas's path to wealth was forged in tragedy. He is the only child of John T. Walton, one of Sam Walton's sons. In 2005, John Walton died in a plane crash. For years, it was reported that his widow, Christy Walton, had inherited the bulk of the fortune. But in 2015, unsealed documents revealed a different story. Lucas, just 19 at the time of his father's death, was the primary inheritor of the vast estate. This gave him a significant stake in Walmart, as well as in the family's Arvest Bank, a regional banking powerhouse with over $27 billion in assets. Today, he owns an estimated 3.8% of Walmart, a stake generating billions in dividends and appreciation. Despite this extraordinary wealth, Lucas Walton's childhood was far from typical. He grew up in a relatively modest home in a San Diego suburb and later in Jackson, Wyoming. His life was profoundly shaped by a health crisis at age 3, when he was diagnosed with a rare kidney cancer. His mother, Christy, has attributed his recovery to an all-organic diet from her own garden. This experience instilled in him a deep interest in health and the environment. He didn't attend an elite prep school. He graduated from Colorado College with a degree in environmentally sustainable business. True to his education, Lucas has not followed the path of a corporate scion. He doesn't work for Walmart or Arvest Bank. Instead, he has emerged as a major force in impact investing, using his fortune to fund companies solving social and environmental problems. He channels this passion through Builders Vision, a Chicago-based organization he founded that manages approximately $15 billion in assets. Since its launch in 2021, Builders Vision has deployed over $3 billion, making Lucas one of the most significant private funders of environmental solutions in the world. He remains intensely private, rarely giving interviews. Lucas Walton represents a new model of American heir, one who inherited a fortune built on 20th century retail, but is using it to build a 21st century economy based on sustainability. He is a quiet giant whose personal story of survival has become a driving force to, in his view, heal the planet. Number 7. Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner. Coming in at number 7 is America's most recognizable power couple, heirs to not one, but two formidable real estate dynasties, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner. While their individual fortunes are substantial, it's their combined wealth and influence that places them here. Their joint net worth is a complex blend of inherited assets, personal ventures, and savvy investments, with some estimates placing Jared's wealth alone around $1 billion. Ivanka Trump is the heiress to the Trump real estate empire, a brand synonymous with luxury towers and golf courses. Jared Kushner is the heir to Kushner Companies, a massive private real estate firm founded by his father, Charles Kushner. Their 2009 marriage was more than a union of two people. It was the merging of two real estate kingdoms, creating a dynastic alliance of immense financial and political potential. Before her time in the White House, Ivanka was a key executive in the Trump Organization and built her own successful eponymous fashion brand, which she shut down in 2018. Her wealth is a combination of salary from the family business, brand profits, and a stake in various assets. She also inherited a portion of her mother, Ivana Trump's estate. Jared Kushner's fortune has seen a meteoric rise. The foundation is his stake in Kushner Companies, a portfolio valued in the billions. However, his post-White House career has propelled him into a new stratosphere. In 2021, he founded Affinity Partners, a private equity firm that now manages assets around $3 billion. The firm has secured significant investments from sovereign wealth funds in the Middle East, a testament to the powerful connections he forged as a senior White House advisor. Together, their lifestyle reflects their immense wealth. They own an extensive real estate portfolio, including a magnificent $24 million mega mansion on the ultra-exclusive Indian Creek Island in Florida, an enclave known as Billionaire Bunker. What makes their position unique is that their current fortune is still only a fraction of what they stand to inherit. Both Donald Trump and Charles Kushner preside over multi-billion-dollar empires. Ivanka and Jared are a modern American dynasty, blending real estate, private equity, and political power in a way few other families can. Number 6. Jacqueline Mars. At number 6, we enter a world of sweet secrets and staggering wealth with Jacqueline Mars, an heiress to the Mars Incorporated candy and food empire. As one of the wealthiest women in the world, her personal fortune is estimated at $42.6 billion as of 2025. Her wealth comes not from tech stocks, but from a global craving for some of the world's most iconic brands, M&M's, Snickers, Twix, and an ever-expanding portfolio of pet food. The Mars dynasty began in 1911 when Jacqueline's grandfather, Frank C. Mars, started making candy from his kitchen. The family has always been famously, almost obsessively, private. Mars, Incorporated remains a privately held company, allowing them to operate without the scrutiny of public shareholders. Jacqueline and her two brothers, John and Forrest Jr., now deceased, inherited the business upon their father's death in 1999. Jacqueline worked for the company for nearly 20 years and served on its board until 2016. While she's no longer involved in day-to-day operations, her one-third stake in the company is the source of her immense fortune. Mars Inc. is far more than just candy. It's a diversified conglomerate with annual revenues reportedly exceeding $45 billion. The company is a global leader in pet care, owning brands like Pedigree, Whiskas, and Royal Canin, as well as a network of thousands of veterinary hospitals. This diversification has been a key driver of the family's stable and growing wealth. Jacqueline herself is known for her passion for equestrianism. She owns a sprawling farm in rural Virginia where she has trained horses that competed in the Olympics. This reflects a lifestyle of quiet, old money elite. She is also a noted philanthropist with a focus on education and the arts. Unlike some heirs on this list, Jacqueline Mars has never sought the public spotlight. Her wealth is a quiet, powerful force, a testament to a family that built one of the world's largest private companies while remaining almost completely hidden from view. Jacqueline Mars is the living embodiment of that creed, a silent titan of industry whose name you might not know, but whose products you almost certainly do. Number 5. John Mars. Coming in at number 5 is Jacqueline Mars's equally private and equally wealthy older brother, John Mars. As one of the 3 heirs to the Mars Incorporated fortune, John controls a one-third stake in the colossal candy and pet food empire, giving him a personal net worth that mirrors his sister's, estimated at approximately $42.6 billion or more. He and Jacqueline represent the 3rd generation of one of America's most secretive and successful business dynasties. John, like his sister, inherited his stake from their father, Forrest Mars Sr., a man known for his demanding style and obsessive focus on quality. It was Forrest Sr. who, along with business partner Bruce Murray, created the iconic M&Ms with the M's standing for Mars and Murray. He also pushed the company to diversify beyond candy, a strategic move crucial to the family's enduring wealth. John Mars served as chairman of Mars Incorporated for many years, helping steer the private company through massive global expansion. One of the most significant moves under his watch was the 2008 acquisition of the Wrigley Jr. Company for $23 billion, which further solidified Mars's dominance in the confectionery world. John embodies the family's legendary commitment to privacy. He is almost never given a public interview and lives a quiet life, reportedly in Jackson, Wyoming. This low profile is a core tenet of the Mars family philosophy. The products should be the stars, not the family. This secrecy allows the company to operate with a long-term perspective, making decisions for the next generation, not the next stock market report. The scale of the Mars empire that John, Jacqueline, and their late brother's heirs control is breathtaking. It's a company with operations in over 80 countries and more than 140,000 employees. Their combined wealth is well over $100 billion, making them one of the richest families on the planet. John Mars' story is one of silent stewardship. He is a king in a kingdom of candy bars and pet food, a ruler who shuns the spotlight, preferring to let the success of his empire speak for itself. Number 4. Charles Koch. At number 4, we meet a name synonymous not just with immense wealth, but with immense political influence: Charles Koch. As chairman and CEO of Koch Industries, Charles presides over the 2nd largest private company in the United States, a sprawling industrial conglomerate. His personal net worth is estimated to be a colossal $71.4 billion as of 2025, making him one of the wealthiest people in the world. The Koch dynasty began with their father, Fred C. Koch, who founded the company in 1940. After his death, Charles and his late brother David took control and embarked on an aggressive expansion, each eventually owning 42% of the company. Today, Koch Industries is a leviathan. Its operations span oil refining, chemicals, fertilizers, and consumer products. You might not know the Koch Industries name, but you almost certainly use their products, like Brawny paper towels and Dixie cups from their company Georgia Pacific. Charles Koch is no passive heir. He's been the driving force behind the company's growth for over 50 years. He is a famously demanding leader and the architect of the company's market-based management philosophy, a libertarian-inspired system he has authored books about. However, it's the Koch brothers' political activities that made them household names. Charles and David used their immense fortune to build one of the most powerful political networks in American history, funneling hundreds of millions into conservative and libertarian think tanks and advocacy groups. Organizations like the Cato Institute and Americans for Prosperity were heavily funded by the Kochs, pushing for deregulation and tax cuts. This has made them heroes to some and villains to others. Supporters see them as principled advocates for free markets, while critics accuse them of using dark money to fight environmental regulations that could harm their business interests. Charles Koch lives in Wichita, Kansas, where the company was founded. He is the strategic leader of the dynasty, a true believer in his libertarian principles, who sees his business and political activities as two sides of the same coin. His wealth is a tool to achieve that vision, making him not just a rich heir, but one of the most consequential political figures in modern America. Number 3. Julia Koch and family. Cracking the top 3 is a woman who, in recent years, has become one of the wealthiest heiresses in the world, Julia Koch. Upon the death of her husband, industrialist David Koch, in 2019, Julia and her 3 children inherited his 42% stake in Koch Industries. This inheritance instantly catapulted her into the financial stratosphere, with a family fortune estimated to be between $74.2 billion and $81.2 billion as of 2025. Julia's story is a transition from New York high society to becoming the matriarch of one of America's most powerful dynasties. An Iowa native, she worked as an assistant to fashion designer Adolfo before meeting and marrying David Koch in 1996. When David passed away, Julia became the steward of an immense fortune and now sits on the board of directors of Koch Industries. She has continued the family's legacy of massive philanthropic giving, especially in medical research and the arts. In 2024, the Julia Koch Family Foundation pledged $75 million to NYU Langone for a new care center in West Palm Beach, Florida. But she has also made bold moves in the investment world. In 2024, she and her family acquired a 15% stake in BSE Global, the parent company of the NBA's Brooklyn Nets, the WNBA's New York Liberty, and the Barclays Center Arena. Following that, in late 2025, reports confirmed the family purchased a minority stake in the NFL's New York Giants. These investments signal a strategic pivot, using the immense cash flow from Koch Industries to acquire trophy assets in professional sports. Julia Koch maintains a life of quiet luxury, with homes in Southampton and Palm Beach. In early 2025, she reportedly sold her sprawling duplex at the legendary 740 Park Avenue in Manhattan for $45 million. She is a discreet figure, but her actions speak volumes. She is transitioning the Koch dynasty's influence from a primarily political and industrial base to one that also encompasses culture and sports, reshaping a legacy of power in her own image, one multi-billion-dollar deal at a time. Number 2. Jim Walton. Our runner-up for America's richest heir is the youngest son of Walmart founder Sam Walton, Jim Walton. While his siblings are titans of wealth, Jim has carved out a unique position, focusing on the financial engine of the Walton Empire. With a personal net worth that Forbes estimated could be as high as $109 billion in 2025, he is a formidable power in the world of finance. Jim Walton, like his siblings, inherited a massive block of Walmart stock. The Walton family collectively owns about 45% of Walmart shares, providing them with billions in annual dividends and a controlling interest in the world's largest retailer. But unlike his siblings, Jim's primary career wasn't within Walmart itself. While he sat on Walmart's board for over a decade, his true domain was banking. For years, Jim was the CEO and is now chairman of Arvest Bank Group, a privately owned bank controlled by the Walton family. Arvest is a regional powerhouse with assets exceeding $27 billion, and it serves as a key financial institution for the family's wealth. This role places Jim at the financial heart of the Walton dynasty. He is also the chairman of a newspaper firm his father founded. Jim is known as the most traditional and business-focused of Sam's children. He lives in Bentonville, Arkansas, the small town Walmart transformed into a corporate hub. His lifestyle is modest by billionaire standards, reflecting a preference for business over glamour. He stepped down from the Walmart board in 2016, passing the seat to his son, Stuart Walton, ensuring the family's direct influence would continue. His other children are involved in the family's vast philanthropic efforts through the Walton Family Foundation. The sheer scale of Jim Walton's wealth is hard to grasp. He is the quiet force, the banker of America's richest family. While his sister builds art museums and his brother buys NFL teams, Jim has remained the steady hand on the family's financial tiller. He represents the core of the Walton fortune, the staggering, compounding power of owning a massive slice of the world's most successful retail machine. Number 1. Alice Walton. And now, at number 1, the richest royal heir in America is a woman who has not only inherited an impossibly large fortune, but has also become the wealthiest woman on the planet. Alice Walton. The only daughter of Walmart founder Sam Walton, Alice's personal net worth has soared to an astronomical figure, estimated between $101 billion and $116 billion as of 2025. This 12-figure fortune places her in the most exclusive financial club on Earth. Alice's wealth, like her brother's, stems from her inherited stake in Walmart. The family's 45% ownership of the retail giant ensures a continuous, massive flow of income. A recent surge in Walmart's stock price added tens of billions to her net worth, rocketing her past other contenders to claim her title. Her father once described her as the most like me, a maverick, but even more volatile than I am, a description that has proven remarkably accurate. Unlike her brothers, Alice never took an active role in running Walmart. Her career began in finance, and she even founded her own investment bank, Llama Company, in the late 1980s. She was also instrumental in developing the Northwest Arkansas Regional Airport, providing crucial initial funding. However, her true passion and legacy project is art. Alice Walton is one of the most important art collectors in the world. In 2011, she brought this passion to the public in a monumental way, opening the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in Bentonville, Arkansas. Crystal Bridges is a world-class institution with iconic works from Norman Rockwell to Andy Warhol, which she personally funded and endowed. Her mission was to bring great art to a region overlooked by coastal art establishments. Her vision continues to expand. She has since founded the Art Bridges Foundation, which shares art with museums across the country, and is now establishing the Alice L. Walton School of Medicine, also in Bentonville. Over the last decade, she has personally donated nearly $6 billion to the family's charitable foundations. Alice Walton lives a life of both immense luxury and profound purpose. She is the undisputed queen of American heirs, a maverick using wealth from a retail empire to build a new kingdom of art, medicine, and philanthropy. The scale of these fortunes is almost impossible to imagine, and it shapes our world in ways we rarely see. If you were surprised by who topped our list, or if you find these stories as fascinating as we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We explore the world of wealth and power every week, and we want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments. Which of these heirs' stories shocked you the most? What would you do with a fortune that large? From the candy-coated secrecy of the Mars dynasty to the political might of the Kochs, and finally, to the world-beating fortune of the Waltons, the story of America's richest heirs is about the enduring power of family dynasties. The 10 individuals on our list control a combined fortune of well over $500 billion, a sum that gives them extraordinary influence over our economy, politics, and culture. They are the unofficial royalty of a democratic nation, born into a system that allowed their families to build empires. Their lives are a complex tapestry of inheritance and ambition, of public service and private luxury. As these fortunes are passed down, their power will only continue to grow, ensuring that the names of Walton, Koch, and Mars will remain part of the American story for another century to come. The question isn't just about their wealth, but about the world they will continue to shape with it. Thanks for watching.